Hello and welcome to One Tech World. My name is Hannah Spence and I'm a multiple award-winning entrepreneur and founder of Clockflower Solutions. Just last year, we won We Are the City Rising Stars Award for Entrepreneur of the Year 2025, as well as Care of the Year, Community Champion of the Year, and Social Media Educator of the Year. We've been supporting hundreds of underrepresented professionals and business owners be seen, celebrated, and successful on social media platforms and beyond. Some of our fantastic clients include GTA, Black Women in Tech, The Apprentice finalist Bianca Miller Cole, and Britain's Got Talent winner Axel Blake. We have helped business owners and professionals achieve millions of views and generate hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of revenue and achieve the dreams that they want. I'm so excited to be here with you today to share my talk, which is the visibility gap, how underrepresented women in tech can be seen, heard, and be paid. So here we go. The first thing I want to do is ask you this question. Have you ever been in a position where somebody less experienced than you, less talented than you, has made progress faster than you have? By progress, I mean they've secured the promotion over you. Now, you know this person has less talent than you. So, why does this happen? We're going to unpack this today by understanding more about what the visibility gap actually means. Now, we know they got the promotion not because they're more talented than you, but most likely because they are more visible than you are. The visibility gap is that gap between your expertise and your recognition, your talent and your paycheck. So it's a serious concept that we need to discuss today, ladies. Now, the visibility gap for women is wide, but for women from underrepresented communities, such as Black women like me, it's even wider, and it's there for a number of reasons. Remember, none of this is anything to do with talent. Some of it is due to cultural conditioning. I'm from a Jamaican heritage, so my grandmother, as much as I love her, taught me to be seen and not heard, to be humble, to come out the kitchen, to be quiet. Now, this is a lesson that I am trying to unlearn, because doing those things, being quiet, being seen and not heard, working hard without praise, doesn't get us in the positions that we want to be in. Another thing that is holding us back, as we know, is systematic challenges. Now, this is a little bit harder for us to change, which is why I'm here with you today to give you the tools to empower you to help close that visibility gap so that you can be seen, heard, and paid. Now, the visibility gap is particularly chronic within the tech industry. Why, do you ask? Let's go into it. Much of the work that women in tech do are behind screens. We're often hidden behind our keyboards, behind our laptop, and people can't necessarily see the work that we're doing until the results are produced. Then, these results aren't necessarily narrated and we're not necessarily given credit for it. So this is particularly true for work that is done behind a screen where people can't see you doing it. So what do we do about this? How do we close the gap for those women who are underrepresented within the tech sphere? Let's go into it. I'm going to share with you today my S.E.E.N framework, S-E-E-N, 4 letters that are going to help transform your career trajectory and give you the tools that you need to be more visible starting from today. Let's start with the S, showing up strategically. First, I want you to think about where decisions are made within your profession. Where were those decisions made? Are they made in the boardroom with your senior leaders? Are they made off the back of a conversation with a team manager at a networking event? I want you to think where those decisions are made. Perhaps it's at a performance review. Wherever those decisions are made about your career trajectory or your pay, those are the places that you need to be showing up. For example, maybe you need to create an opportunity for you to be present in those meetings where decisions are made about you. Maybe there's events that you don't go to. And ladies, I know this is difficult, particularly those of you who have other responsibilities such as caring for children, because the diary just doesn't always allow us to have that option to be present at those events. And sometimes we just don't really want to be there. I myself am not a big drinker, so heading to a Wetherspoons on a Friday night is not appealing to me. However, making progress in my career and having a salary that reflects it is appealing. So turn up to those after work events because sometimes that's where the decisions are made. Show up there. It might be a networking event if it's not, an after work party. Maybe there's a networking event that relates to your industry outside of your organization that you can go to. Go there, speak to people, connect, listen, share what it is that you want to achieve, and you'll be so surprised about how you get there. This is very much the case of where I've got to in my career. I didn't even share with you at the beginning, but I was a primary school teacher for 10 years. So I have worked really hard to build my network of like-minded people who even today have shared opportunities that I never would have known about had I have not been at those networking events and talked about what it is I want to achieve. I want that for you as well, ladies. So that's S, showing up strategically. The next letter I want to share with you is E, engage. Engage with authenticity. What do I mean by this? Again, it goes back to those childhood habits that some of us have acquired about being humble. Get rid of that mindset today. Often I will hear ladies actively downplay their achievements. Stop doing that. You need to remove the word just out of your vocabulary. You are not just anything. I want you today to reframe the way that you share what it is you do. For example, when somebody says, "Well done, Esther, that was a fantastic project you worked on," and you respond, "Oh, I couldn't have done it without Olu. I couldn't have done it without Ashley." Stop. Own the compliment and say, "Thank you so much. I really enjoyed leading on X," or "I found this part of the project really rewarding and love that I achieved results X." Don't share the credit, own it, and move forward in always trying to thank everyone else before yourself. Whenever you do that, whenever you downplay your achievements and you thank Olu or Ashley, they're the ones who are going to be remembered. Those are the names that will be put forward over yours in the next promotion. Got it? Let's keep going. The next E is because elevate is about self-nominating yourself for opportunities. I want you to elevate your own career. You cannot always wait to be invited. Sometimes you have to take the initiative. Now, becoming a Rising Stars Award winner last year was pivotal. Loads of people say to me, "Congratulations, how did you achieve it? Who nominated you?" Guess what? I nominated myself because who else was going to nominate me? Nobody knows the work that you do and the impact that you have better than you. So, here's your reminder. Self-nominate. For the next award that comes up in your industry, nominate yourself. If it gives you the ick, nominate somebody else at the same time. Remember, it doesn't take away from your achievement when you win because winning requires a judging panel. But nominating yourself puts you in a room and gives you the leverage that you need in order to build your career that you deserve. The other thing I really want you to do is share your wins. I've talked very much today about being physically in real life in a room, but there's also space to do this online. Now, again, this takes a brave soul. But remember, many of you are actually used to sitting behind the screen and typing. We are women in tech after all. So maybe this isn't as scary as it might be doing it in person. I want you to share a win, okay? Whether that's the success that you've had on a project, client feedback, whatever it is possible for you to share, I want you to share it and start building that proof shelf. Your results, your case studies, tangible results about the impact that you have is going to help you elevate. It will put you in a great position when you're in your next performance review meeting. It will be first and foremost in your mind when you're at that networking or after work event. And for anybody lurking and scrolling on the socials through your post, when they see those wins, again, it will give you more visibility, more opportunity, and a faster trajectory in your career. Here's the final letter, N. Now, narrate your impact. This one's an interesting one because really it builds on everything we've already talked about regarding showing up strategically, engaging, elevating, narrate. Again, it's telling the story of what you have achieved, but even more important is sharing your own story. Don't shy away from saying that maybe you were born in a different country, my English isn't so great. Own that. This is what's going to set you apart from other people who can produce similar results to you. But in sharing your story and narrating the journey and how you got there is going to give you much better results than shying away, downplaying, or diminishing that story. So, if you love wearing traditional wear outside of work, maybe show up with something in real life that reflects that. You don't just have to narrate your story through words, you can do that in what you wear as well. Be brave. I'm giving you permission today. Miss Be Seen says you can do it, so I'd love to see you give it a go. We're coming towards the end of my talk, the visibility gap, how underrepresented women in tech can be seen, heard, and paid. So let me do a quick recap. We have S, show up strategically, E, engage, E, elevate, and N, narrate. Now, where do you go from here? I'm sure you're going to listen to loads of inspirational, insightful talks. But what I want you to do is to take action from those talks. I don't want you to feel only inspired. I want you to take action off the back of that inspiration. So, what can you do first? Start online. Like I said, you are a woman in tech. I assume you have great digital literacy and are familiar with social media platforms. If you're not, give me a shout at Clockflower Solutions. That was me 3 years ago. I can show you how. For those of you who are ready to go, who are ready to take action today, to be seen, heard, and paid, this is what I want you to do. Jump into your LinkedIn. Check that you have a clear headline. Please include a banner. It can be your name if you must, but what I would really love you to do is showcase more about who you help and the impact you have. So tweak your banner is basically a massive bus advertisement that you can use for potential recruiters, other partnerships or collaborations to see who you are. Please ensure you have a professional photo as your profile picture of just you, okay? This is going to be really useful in people knowing who you are. For those ladies who change their hair on a regular basis, I am one of them. Please do have one that reflects your current hairstyle so that you are recognizable. Again, if you don't have professional pictures, I have a huge amount of wonderful personal brand photographers in my network. Connect with me at Clockflower Solutions on all the platforms and I will guide you there. And finally, share a win, pin it to your featured posts. Let's get you started on this journey to be seen, heard, and paid. Now remember, I know that the visibility gap is real. It's not hidden. I felt it much in my career as a primary school teacher, which has got me where I am now. But instead of you leaving your profession feeling like you need to leave or staying stagnant, I want us to do what we can to close the gap, and that starts from today. Thank you so much. I'm Hannah Spence, Social Media Educator of the Year, Entrepreneur of the Year, founder of Clockflower Solutions, and I'm here for you to be seen, heard, successful, and paid. So how do we close this gap? Well, I'm going to share with you actionable framework, the S.E.E.N framework, S-E-E-N, that is going to empower you to implement strategies starting from today so that you can be seen, heard, and paid.